let's see how we're doing here. Oh, okay, yeah, it loaded properly. Great success. Great success. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. All right. Making sure all my windows are where they properly ought to be. Probably something I should do, you know, before I press go live. But per usual, these are the most underproduced streams and videos ever there have been. I'm just going to continue my run here. I've got probably, I don't know, maybe two 45-minute blocks to continue this run in. So we did buy some new heroes, level 12s. That's pretty good. I have to wonder how this functions. Like, would that be the average of the heroes that you had available or something? No, because I had a 21 and a 14. Well, I honestly don't know. This is the beginning of week 6, and we already bought every single unit that we could, and we shoved them into Soul Eater Wither Mage's party. Curse of Undeath is granted to friendly or enemy units depending on the spell. Spreads Curse of Undeath when casting a spell, which turns enemy units into permanent undead units. What? Friendly units with Curse of Undeath pass it on to enemies through their attacks. Any enemy unit with the Curse of Undeath... Hold on. With the Curse of Undeath creates a permanent undead unit for your side when it dies. Stronger units create stronger undead units. The number of units that are given the Curse of Undeath. Okay, the number of units that are given the Curse of Undeath depends on the rank of the malediction skill. Okay. That seems really good. I mean, people keep telling me that decay is the way. And this certainly seems to indicate, and I mean, it starts with Devour as well. Devour is already super strong. Especially when you can generate units. He starts with Devour and he starts with a unit generator, which just seems to me to be really obvious. Champion is also really strong because it's one of the few ways to make larger units in particular more valuable. And Demoralize gives -2 morale to enemy units in combat. Hegemony, offense. Yeah, offense and champion. A lot of characters seem to have this combination, which is like, okay, build big aggressive units and win. Anyway, we're just gonna continue doing things. Where is Spore Dude? He's the guy this run. This is a roaming neutral enemy. Allows the hero to train in a skill of the witch's choosing. Huh. And that's just a quarry. Anything that increases your ability to, like, move per turn seems to be really good. Because that seems to be one of the most limited things. We're gonna go ahead and bolster this guy's army a bit. So I was talking to Benjamin, the developer, in their Discord today, and one of the things, because I was talking about like the tooltips and how it seems like really inconsistent. what the tooltips offer. And the this may be an ingenerous phrasing potentially, but like the excuse that I got back was like, well, you know, they were all a little bit more vague to begin with, until the community pushed me into writing them. I wonder if I could actually improve on this. Oh no, I can't. You can't go through here. That's what happened. I got some. He was basically like, well, I got some serious pushback, requesting more specific tooltips. I'm like, well, that makes sense. But if you don't want that in your vision, that's okay. One of the things that vague tooltips do facilitate, or rather than facilitate, I should say that they emphasize higher level strategic decision making, right? Oop, there we go. So if you can't get into the minutia, right, you're not trying to build like really specific combinations. You're trying to micro your units from moment to moment. Then sometimes a lot of that particular information and scaling is kind of irrelevant to the higher level decision making, which turns out to be fine. And I think that can be okay. And I think that if Ben wanted to do that, he should have gone with it, like Thing on its own. It's his handle. I think he should have gone with that if that's what he wanted. I think it was probably fine. He actually also said to me that originally the ability to micro these units was something that you couldn't do. And I think I was saying, maybe 1 or 2 videos back, I think I was saying, one of the things that felt clunkiest to me was this micro. Number one, it is really poorly implemented, right? Like it doesn't feel super impactful because, among other things, your units wind up controlling more units than you want to. And I'm not sure if you can modify that with some kind of a modifier key or something like that, but I can't figure it out seemingly. So you want it feels really clunky and it feels kind of tacked on. And I think what I was saying before was that I just didn't like it. I was like, it doesn't feel, doesn't feel in line with the rest of the game. Wow, that's a good amount of experience. 3,700 gold, 17,000 experience. Good stuff. Oh yeah, I should probably get some sulfur, huh? And as it turns out, it's like that was one of the features he was pressured into adding on. I'm like, I think the games that want to be auto battle can be auto battle. I think the spells felt better implemented because they feel kind of like higher level decisions. One of the things I think that is one of the things I think is kind of questionable is the auto completion feature, the auto battle completion feature. Wow, 25 movement for rank 5 tactics. That's really good, though. Take today and tomorrow. Whoa! That feels really good, though. Being able to field even more guys seems great. I don't need that gold right away either. I can probably just do that. Today and tomorrow is a pretty heavy price, but we'll go ahead. I could turn the witch's hut into a spore mound, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I think I'm going to check. I'm going to double check to make sure. See, every hero can visit this once, which is another one of those beautiful things that's quite easy to miss. That it would be. I'm gonna have to do a write-up on Heroes Hour now. That an involved write-up, I think, since the developer seems to be inviting this sort of feedback. Because the things about the tooltips that I would definitely say are kind of important. It's like And maybe I should just go ahead and start jotting these down on the other screen. Let me see. Where to go? Heroes Hour. Heroes Hour, we're just going to say feedback. That's it. We're just going to do like a big old header, just feedback. And then it's going to be like just bulleted feedback for the moment. One of the things we're going to say is like one-off world map events should indicate in their tooltip that each of your heroes can visit once, because this is non-obvious. There's lots of little things like that that I would recommend, especially where I can't. Oh, thank you for the matcha. I have some chili matcha tea, which is very hot, but also delicious. Yeah, one of the things that I feel that I got from talking with Ben over there on his Discord was that the intention for the game seemed to be that the focus ought to be on high level strategy and not so much picking apart the minutia, and to be on picking out. I want to say, like, perhaps this is. Wait, what? They can take over my spore mounds. Well, that's considerably less cool than I thought it was. But anyway, one of the things that I would say, and perhaps this is a mischaracterization of the design intent, he'll have to let me know if he ever watches this video, is that a big part of the gameplay ought to be picking out bird's eye synergies to pursue and assemble, which is actually something I really enjoy. But that was the sound of it, was like discovering bird's eye, spotting bird's eye synergies and putting those together. But you can definitely facilitate that more specifically by I wonder if I can get out of here like this, right? There we go. Yeah, and now this guy can go around and do some stuff. Hopefully I don't bump into... Oh, this is the edge of the map. Anyway. There's the bird's eye synergy thing, where if what you want for engagement is people spotting bird's eye synergies, and I mean, this is just such a small battle, it doesn't matter. But anyway, if what you want is people picking up bird's eye synergies, there are definitely things you can do to enhance that. The Soul Stalkers are pretty large. 34 power, huh? What else does it do? Immune to fear, cannot be targeted by healing spells. Slow, this creature moves slowly across the battlefield. Deathstrike, impenetrable, undead summoning. There are definitely things that you can do with your tooltips and the way that you structure your user experience to sort of encourage and accommodate that. And I feel like they were probably actually doing a lot of those things. So 9 mana to raise, huh? I don't think I can go over cap. I still have some wiggle room. Anyway. I will have to give it a very thorough thinking. Okay, so this guy can. We're gonna bring Piri the dove guy over here, and work on getting him over here to do some of the work that Spore Man was doing, so that our 2 days of turn expense are not gone completely to waste. I would like to bring each hero around to get their level ups and to utilize the event boards, not the event boards, the world events that can be used once per hero. Seems like big value. Alright, these dune caps can come on over here. Wow, I actually have some movement with SAP today. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah. Here's another note. Let's see. Oh no, it's gonna do that every time. There we go. I've just got to remember to press my Windows key. Here is our. There we go. We'll put this right over here. One of the other things is that world map icons, very clarity in world map interactables. Is pretty poor. Visual affordance could be improved substantially with hover/focus shaders, etc. Okay. I'm just making notes now because this is going to be an ongoing thing. I've been playing a lot of this game. Putting a lot of energy into thinking about how it was put together because I'm quite in love with it. I really do enjoy it. Oh, that's right. This is a Legion guy. He cannot do the thing. Okay, so we'll bring the dunce cap over here. We'll pop this guy up. There we go. I'll dip down here and get the hostages before going over there and leveling up. Yeah, they have 128 Ocean Keeper, huh? Oh boy. There we go. Got a bunch of speeders, and I'll send some back to. Oh no, I would rather prefer to send, there we go. That's fine. A part of the problem with the way that the combats are set up here, I know I'm probably, my narration of my thoughts is a little disjointed at the moment, but I'm all over the place with things that I'm thinking about. One of the things about the auto battle that feels a bit disjointed right now is that there seems to be this accommodation of like really niggling kind of strategic decisions, like where exactly am I going to position my units, exactly what kind of units am I going to field, and it seems like these decisions could maybe be referred upward a bit if you were going to redesign a lot of the game from the ground up, and that's obviously not going to happen, and it's not even really worth suggesting, but it may be worth contemplating because you might be able to skim the cream off the top of a little bit of hindsight, like a little bit of retrospection like that, and figure out what there is there. So like, for example, If it were maybe a little bit more important or happened at a higher level in the user interface, selecting the units that you were planning to field, then wow, this is nuts. We are actually getting roasted. So what is happening here? Let's send our big bird over here to deal with that. All right, maybe ought to cast some spells and stuff. But yeah, as far as it goes, it feels like quite punishing to not be for just as an example, it feels a bit punishing to not be really on top of paying attention and handling the minutiae in combat. Like, there's a big difference in terms of the reward that you get for paying attention to the tactical element of combat. But it seems like because of the auto battle feature and the way that's laced in, it seems like that actually is something that should be de-emphasized by the game. It's like, why is it so important to what is going on here? What are these? Corruptor. So that's mine, right? No. The player won. Wow, that was really interesting. We lost 1,097 power. Well, I guess that's a way to sort of like, I think one of the things that happened is that we converted a lot of that into new undead units, though, which is kind of cool. So I'm okay with that. Ooh, 26 zombies or 41 skeletons. Let's get 41 skeletons. Who cares? And yeah, we'll reshape a couple of bone guards into 5 Thanatos. I think that sounds great. What is this? Why is this even a thing? Is this just fully random? There are also a lot of mechanics that feel fully random. How does blood shaping work? There are a lot of mechanics that feel very heavy-handedly RNG based, which seems to detract from the emphasis on high-level bird's eye synergy / strategy spotting. We'll go ahead and get another level of malediction because that seems awesome. Oh, I see. The power gained via this transformation depends on the number of enemies killed, but especially on the power of your own lost units. So because I lost 1,000 units, Thanatos, okay. So we can amend that. There are still a few mechanics that meet that, I think that warrant that criticism, but not this one. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and pour a point to malediction there. All right. We'll just go hit the learning stone. Will this guy actually level up? He will. That's nuts. I think I already did that once and discovered that. It's cool that the Legion Commander can level up even if he's like, you can't fuck with his retinue, so to speak. But yeah, I think there could be some. I think you could potentially handle. If you handled fielding like here, it would be an rather than right in front of the combat, the emphasis would be on spotting synergies ahead of time, strong synergies ahead of time, rather than reactive play and tactical play. I don't know if that's something that was considered at any point, but it definitely refocuses the player's efforts on bird's eye kind of strategy and synergy spotting. So this is the Mesmer set. This is summoning. So what does this guy do? Hold on. Learn new skill, learning, mysticism. Choose the mystical spell that cannot be learned by other means. Well, since I have 0 spells, that seems to not have worked at all, because I guess this triggers when you level it, and he came with this, so that is mildly disappointing. That's okay though. Recalcitrance. Each rank teaches 1 of 10 mystical spells with unique effects in random order. Their mana cost varies. Yeah, this didn't work. Skills like mysticism, proc when spect, but heroes can still generate with them pre-spect, which means they don't get the benefit of the proc. This feels sort of unintentionally bad. Alright. Chance for units to create a vengeful spirit when they die. Engineering, mercurial. I should probably, if I don't have a workshop already, I should probably do that. 4 mercurials plus 2 for each additional rank from the same 1 mercury. This guy's legion here cannot be messed with, so, and this is a mercurial. I wonder if that will still work. 2 knowledge, 2 defense, 1 learning, 1 spell power. The learning and spell power feels pretty darn good. So morale, luck, learning, spell power, knowledge, defense, and spell power knowledge. Because why not? I am wealthy. Like, absurdly wealthy, so feels pretty good to just do that. Go ahead and integrate those Dunscaps into that army there, and we will have our Legion guy is going to continue to proceed to walk through all of the various event one-off events. This guy's going to go up here. This guy can integrate into this army. Just gives him more things to lose and then blood warp into stronger minions. Also, it's cool because we have the hospital spec, don't we? Yep. We actually have everything spec at this point, which is fine. I should probably have my heroes. I don't know if I did that. No. I should have done that while I was there. They have Town Portal though, so I can always do that again later. Ooh, we have a combat up over here with a shield that spawned. The spawn logic for neutrals feels a little weird. Like, I never know what's going to happen. Is it repopulating events that I cleared? Because I remember there was a guy here at one point. Anyway, that sort of stuff definitely doesn't have to be exposed to the player. That is something where it's like kind of fun to figure out the logic behind those things later on. Let's see. There's definitely a delicate balance between like what sort of information a player expects to have given the sorts of decisions that you are telegraphing that they will be expected to make versus the sorts of information that some players may seem to want to have exposed to them that are like systems level internals, and I don't feel like those actually that you generally want to expose those to the player in any case. There's like almost nothing up here. Get the mermaid for some luck. I feel like this guy could actually it's probably fine for this guy to come back to town for a second, because I can give him a whole army of his own, And we can give him a Venom Sprayer. I guess the Venom Sprayer is also the faction specific. What are they called? War Machine. So the faction specific War Machine, as well as for the Enclave. Too many shared skills. What would we call it? Too many shared bonuses results in somewhat homogeneous feeling factions due to a high degree of overlap that should probably be massaged out eventually. For example, factions sharing the same faction specific, and I'll have to put that in air quotes, faction specific war machines. Like if you're gonna call something faction specific, like faction unique, faction specific, having a duplicate just doesn't feel good from a player perspective, because that actually what you're doing, like I don't know if I can sit like this. What you're doing to the player is that you're telegraphing, you're communicating to the player, like, we're gonna have some interesting unique thing here that you want to discover. You're actually kind of tantalizing the player with the prospect of discovering some new unique mechanic that they haven't come into contact with before, which it sounds to me like is the sort of thing that Ben wants, is to deliver on that tantalization. Here we go. Wow, I can get level 4 Mercurial. That's awesome. I go learning again and just have this guy really wait, does this guy not learn spells? I want to level Mysticism to see if I learn a spell. Mania. Okay. Just kidding. Oh. What is going on here? What are these filters? This sorts. And then this is filtered by element. So Mania is fire. So this would be a mysticism skill. Major earth, major earth. Okay, so we're gonna strike through this, I suppose. Instead we can say that, like, the UI navigation through for features like the spell book can be pretty disorienting, because the icons do not have hover tooltips, or labels do not have hover labels / tooltips, and aren't clear. There's a lot of that going on, where I feel like what happened was that we wanted something efficient. It feels like what was being gone for anyway was like an efficient cool, a fur cloak on the floor. It feels like what the intention was to create an efficient user interface by doing by using visuals to communicate something that would have otherwise taken, you know, quite a bit of oh, these things are huge. Quite a bit of text to describe, right? But what you wind up getting instead is just a confusing experience. We'll put some dunce caps out in front and maybe some skeletons or something like that. That'll be fine. We'll go ahead and force field up. Force field is probably considerably more effective on. Let's see, like, what is going on with the mouse over here? This is also just kind of engine flubbery. There we go. I'm hovering over Thanatos now. My mouse is literally not. Okay, so is it tethered to the health bar? No, it's not. Anyway, if I force field a Thanatos, that probably works better, because force field is based on maximum health. Although, yeah, these are affected by unit power, so actually that does not work the way. It's not just clearly superior to hit a Thanatos with that. Do Thanatoses have rebirth or anything? No. I gotta be careful with them then, I guess. At least a little bit. Please get the hell away. Did one of my Thanatoses die? Did that Thanatos eat shit? Yep. Pretty dumb. Alright, so we lost 69 power. We can get some zombies or some skeletons again. Oh no, I can't. I got a drain for mana. And we can turn these micro rolls into physiques, which is, again, really good. The Jade Shield, obviously you want artifacts in slots where you don't have them. And I guess I can go over here again and just continue to whoop ass with the guys that are patrolling my home territory. Okay, this character feels like some stuff we can do. We can do some stuff with this dove guy. I would honestly kind of like to come back here and what is this? Yeah, that's really aggressive. Hover boxes for encounters sometimes make it difficult to hover artifacts, etc. on the world map because the former is obscuring the latter. A related issue is that hovering UI elements near the edge of your screen sometimes results in unintentional world map panning. This is just a whole bunch of stuff I'm remembering. This is another Midas touch skill glove. Got the gloves of the golden finger again. This isn't part of a set, is it? No. Yeah, that's crazy. Can't wear 2 gloves, but 2 guys can have that. Does this character has Midas touch rank 3? So go get another guy with Midas touch 6. Who wouldn't want that? So we can field a shit ton of... Oops. Okay, yeah. Gotta send some dudes back here. That'll be fine. What was I even talking about? Yeah, the Midas touch seems really, really powerful. Just in general. But it's most powerful once you get it up to, you know, rank 6, seemingly. Like it hasn't been happening that much for this character, I've noticed. At rank 3. Pure gained 3,750 XP. Okay, yeah. The diplomacy stuff is really, really good. Or it can be. I mean, it depends. Like the fact that I've got Midas Touch, I'm going to have Midas Touch 6 pretty soon, does make it feel a lot better. Let's just go ahead and hire the max number of harpies. We can create doves. So now I've got Midas Touch, rank 6. go ahead and go back down here. We'll take over this outpost, and maybe I will proceed south with the Dove Hero. With Piri. Sure. Main character here, we will just field 900 million Dune Caps again. And rely on Midas Touch 6 to carry the combat. Per usual. We'll summon some Thunder Elementals on the opposite side so that we can kind of do a scissor move and potentially get more characters Midas that way. This sort of combat log would be interesting to see expanded on. There's a lot going on, so you would really have to be selective about what sort of things the player saw, or you could do some like filters or something like that. Oh shit, it's Cairnus. How's it going, man? I had a chat with the dev of this game in their Discord this morning. It was interesting. So I'm interested in keeping my my runs going, and I'll probably actually put a little effort into writing down my thoughts. Finally shaved this fucking beard of mine. Where are we relative to no shave November? It's August. So, I think you're in the clear. If you didn't notice, I did the same. Getting close to being able to grow out a real ass beard. My body is just kind of uncooperative in that direction, but I am actually really quite nearly there. Just got a little tiny bit of connection to go between the mustache and the where the sideburn connects down here. But my skin follicles, skin cells seem to be cooperating. I don't know if I've got more circulating DHT because I'm eating Brazil nuts and therefore the dietary selenium is helping, or what, but it does seem to be it does seem to be going well for me. I had not shaved my beard in several months. It was quite dense. Yeah, you know, it is weird though, like having a good amount of facial hair. You end up things get a little scratchy sometimes. I hear that kind of goes away if you hang with it for long enough. So this is Grove Souls, and we could just probably fully upgrade this and then create a bunch. I think that's probably better than getting Sporemen for free forever, huh? Raise weekly growth from 1 to 2. Okay, so it's going to be... So there's a weekly growth. Oh, I see. So there's only 1 being made per week, normally. So if I upgrade this to 5, it's going to make 5 per week. So it'll be 2 when I press this button for 1 upgrade. So maybe it'll be 6 even. Let's see. Oh yeah. I can't afford the maximum number of Trents here. Maybe we can get some. Wow, it's so expensive. These are so expensive. Whatever. We'll get some. we'll get as many as we can. I'm not going to infest that because I feel like maybe even dipping by there occasionally to get a bunch of Ents is probably pretty valuable. Cyclops layer. I think we just want to take big fights, man. Taking big fights. results in lots and lots of money. Let's send everybody home and drop about 200 dunce caps on the field. This just seems to be the strategy that works on everything. It's just going to be nothing. It's just going to be a line of gold in between the two of these guys. Yeah, my experience is really only scratchy when the hairs are still relatively short. Yeah. Unfortunately, in my case, that's like that's a permanent state of affairs. Like I said, it's getting better though. Wow, 14,200 gold. Oh, there's my first alarm going off. That is to tell me that I have been sitting on my ass for 45 minutes. Which is not always the best way to conduct your life. And that I should probably get up and stretch. At the very least, I want to get up and do some piriformis stretches since I've had a little trouble with sciatica lately. Cool, we're just going to get all the rest of these growth souls. And now we'll leave it. It can generate all sorts of growth souls for me in the future. Why not? We can go ahead and fight that battle because we are like right here. Or I can even fight this one. I don't know. We'll stick around, clear out this area. Because my hero works best with dunce caps, we're just gonna do that. These guys are just super strong whenever they're being fielded by sap here. Oh dear. They're getting terrified is what's happening. These guys terror enemy struck by this creature, a chance to become terrified, so that's happening. It just doesn't matter because of the sheer overwhelming number of fungus charging you. Get really curly if if I don't comb it, it really looks like shit. Man, yeah. Beard grooming is wacky. It's a wacky little subcultural niche or whatever you want to call it. There's like a whole thing. There's like beard wax and beard combs and all sorts of stuff. I'm like, man, I just want to look good. So the Cyclops layer, this thing produces Cyclopses for us, but we could just make it produce dunce caps instead. So next turn we will take over a bunch of stuff. We'll maybe hit this outpost. Maybe I'll just work left. There's another witch's hut here. That's gonna be quite a lot. Yeah, you know, that's fine. This guy's level 12. It's the lowest level hero other than my lieutenant. Yeah, I do want a hero up here. Not very happy with the encroaching verdant horde. We'll end turn and I'm going to get up and go stretch for a second, so hey, let's just see about adding a be right back text. BRB. Okay. There it is. Maybe I'll just put it right over my stupid face. High effort BRB screen, yeah. This is, again, the most underproduced content on all of Twitch. It's exactly how I... it's a virtue signaling thing, obviously. It's the optics that I'm aiming for. Alright, anyway, I'll be right back. As the screen indicates. I'm just gonna stretch real quick. Okay, now for the ultimate challenge. So I have to remember to... I wonder if I have to remember to take the BRB screen off and unmute my microphone. Oh my god, I know. I know, brother. How are you? Did you survive the long years? There we go. We'll disable the BRB text. And we good. What has happened with the... Oh my goodness, what are you guys? What is going on here? Serpent of what? Wait, what? Hold on. Serpent of the gods. Cool. I like it. 30 plus. Can I take that? Near impossible. It's just my lieutenant. What about you? Hard? Oh, really? Okay. This guy's a real champ. Well, what we can do is take our boy Sap. And since our Doveman is over here, we can just teleport back to base with him. Confirm. And we can have a little showdown. I'm gonna turn your whole army into gold. Get ready. There we go. Just 1,000,000 dunce caps, the strategy that keeps on giving. Put a force field up there. Do some time dilation here. And then summon some elementals from behind. Seems okay. You guys made a mistake coming here. Some more time dilation. It's been tough. War's taken its toll. You've been playing too much Armored Core, man. You're like the war's gone long. 5,300 gold, 16,000 XP. So I can get up to tier 5 tactics there. Man, I feel like this guy is just a dunce cap of man. It's like built to just have an army of dunce caps. Let's see. There you go. Infinite number of them. I wonder if I'll be able to turn those into gold. Probably have a very low chance of turning those into gold, to be honest. Nah, we actually killed them. I was hoping they would become gold, but... So 600 gold and 4,500 XP. But hey, the more times I battle, the more I get to... the more I get to summon... Okay, we've already been there. That's what's happening. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm being summoned as a caretaker. All right. Unfortunately, that is the that is what it's going to be. I actually have to call the stream early today. That's all right. Duties as a caretaker call, and I gotta go, unfortunately. So I will probably do more of this either later today or tomorrow, and I'm probably going to do some kind of blog thing, so look forward to that. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks, Karenus, for dropping by, and anybody else who watches the video, you guys are the best. I will see you ASAP.